What's good, YouTube? It's your boy MikeJeezy here, coming at you with another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And in today's video, we'll be talking about the God Dragonstone, Red Dragonstone, however you want to call it, on the global side of the game. We got this, I think it was about last week, or like earlier this week. Um, just want to talk about my top 5 picks for what units that you should consider picking for your Red Dragon Stone, especially if you don't have a lot of these units. I think all of these units do have an EZA, and when factoring in these rankings, I'm gonna basically consider it with the EZA and maybe talk about even pre-EZA, which one might be better to go for. So this is a little bit more catered toward new players. Maybe you just kind of started off recently, or maybe you're just starting off with the 4-year. I'm talking about which units that I would recommend picking. Going through this is actually a little bit difficult, and some of the picks you may not agree with, but I'll do the best I can to explain, kind of my rationale for why I picked certain units and didn't, etc. All right, so going right in. Coming in at number 5 is the Tech Beerus. So this Tech Beerus, if you asked me like a year ago if Tech Beerus would ever be chosen on any kind of top 5 lists or any legitimate lists, I would just kind of laugh at you. But his EZA has done given him a lot of improvement, even with just just going down the card. Like the leader skill is pretty decent. Tech type 3, HP attack defense 90. He's got an immense damage multiplier, greatly lowers defense, and he's got attack and defense plus 80 and rage when HP is 40% or below. So, after his EZA, he does it's a good damage dealer, a good tank, plus the rage mechanic can sometimes come in pretty clutch. I think I used him to clear the tech SBR, or there was some event where like the rage just came in like absolutely clutch, and used it. So if you have the LR Beerus, like those two link very like perfectly, and he really shines on the siblings bond team. So if you happen to have the LR Go Bros and you don't have him, I definitely suggest picking him, and then like especially if you have the LR Beerus too. But otherwise he fits pretty good on Super Tech. He doesn't have the best key links, so it may struggle with key for him a little bit. But if he's on siblings bond where the Go Bros have key +4 each, you can probably get a super off. And again, he's a good damage dealer, good tank. The rage mechanic can come in handy at times when you want it to. So that's number 5. Coming in at number 4 is Physical Kid Buu. After his EZA, he became one of the best support units in the game. So you can tell with his passive skill, all allies key +2, attack and defense +50. And it's not just extreme types, and it's the boost is pretty good. Attack and defense +50. I think it's like one of the higher boosts out there, and the key +2 is good. I put him up here, basically just as a support unit. His leader skill, you won't use him as a leader. So and before the EZA, he's not too good, but after the EZA, he's one of the best supports in the game. His categories are okay. Like Resurrect Warriors is probably kind of like the easier ones to play right now, compared to the other ones, until we get more chances to pull like the cooler and stuff. So that's my number 4. He's a really good support unit. Coming at number 3 is the Strength Family Kamehameha Goten. After his EZA, he's become just like he has a million teams that he's on, or categories, and then his passive generating rainbow key spheres right now is really good, and he tanks pretty well and does good amount of damage after his EZA, and he really shines in basically any team you play him on. He really links well with the LR Go Bros, so you'll probably have him on a main rotation with them. He also fits on movie heroes, which benefit from rainbow orbs. That team has a lot of ways to generate rainbow orbs. So I don't know if you like need him, but he's definitely a good versatile unit. And when you're starting out, or if your box isn't very developed, versatility is key because your one unit can fit on. If your one unit can fit on like multiple different teams, that's like the definition of versatile. So, and he's definitely that. So I put him in at number 3. Coming in at number 2 is the AJL Super Saiyan 3 Goku. His leader skill is pretty good. He's a 70%. He becomes a 70% lead for AGL types. He's got immense damage multiplier, greatly lowers defense, and see defense plus 70 and attack plus 120. So he like after his EZA, he becomes like just an absolute monster. He does really good damage. He tanks well. If I have generally if I have the choice between running the LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku and this one, I typically pick this one just because the LR one, if unless you're getting the 18 key super, like he does like no, he does like no damage. So in terms of consistency, like doing really good damage. Oh, and is the 18 key super like completely wrecks his defense too. So this one, like I always prefer to run it. I mean, in terms of stats, he basically has like LR stats. After you get a few dupes in him, he's just an absolute beast. He fits good on the movie heroes team, which is where I typically run him on. He's obviously Goku's family, Super Saiyan 3 and full power, pure Saiyans, etc. So he's got a lot of decent relevant categories right now. He's not a sibling spawn, but not everyone is a sibling technically. Anyways, that's my pick for number 2. Again, he's a real good tank, real good hitter. You know, he's one of the best EZAs out there. And coming in at number 1 is a Strength Gogeta. When the Int one was out, it was like he was basically like one of like people's like favorite units, and the intelligence one came out, and people were sad. It's like, well, we got to run the Int one, and then once his EZA came out, and then became better than the intelligence one, everyone was like, yay, we get to run our Gogeta again. Well, after his EZA, he's got a really good leader skill in that he's a generic key plus 3 and HP attack defense plus 77, so it's more than 70. He's got immense damage multiplier, lowers attack and defense, and his passive skill kind of gave him a little bit more, like I wouldn't consider him like a nuker, but getting every rainbow key sphere gives him plus 7%. So if you happen to get 5, that's plus 35%, which doesn't happen a whole lot. Generally, you'll get like 2 to 3 is average. And the only kind of downside for him is like he only really shines on movie heroes. I mean, when we get the Super Saiyan category lead, like he'll probably make it on that team, but he'll be kind of lower, maybe mid. But he's really good. Like after he's EZA'd, and if you got like a couple dupes in him, his stats are through the roof. It's just too bad he doesn't have a few more categories just to kind of fit in there. But even with him, even without his EZA, he's still a generic key plus 3 lead. It's just his stat boost is static, so it's on a percentage base, which is a lot lower. But especially like if you don't have him and you're just starting out, he's definitely my top pick. And going through this list, like I would say, I have a list here. I would really say it depends mostly on what you don't have. I would kind of pick what you don't have because, like getting a unique unit is better than getting a dupe. And, like most of these units are all like really good. So this Strength Gogeta, obviously the pick. So like between this Super Saiyan 3 and this Super Saiyan 3, like this one is clearly the winner, which is, my logic for why this didn't make it. This Kid Buu is much better than this. Tech Beerus made it on my list. The Int Perfect Cell. I honestly haven't used that. I don't have him EZA'd yet. I just haven't done that grind with him because I mean the Tech one is way better. Just the Tech one didn't quite crack my top 5. And this Int Gohan, he's kind of low on the list. I would say that if you don't have an AoE unit, obviously when you're starting out you probably won't have one. and the world tournament is important to you, like you may consider getting this Broly. It just, when you're starting out, it just sucks having to like pick this one because he's just significantly worse than like most of these other units. It's just like having to default pick him because you don't have an AoE and you want to be able to, do okay on the world tournament. It kind of sucks having to pick that. I did, like when I started my second global account, I had to do that just because I, never pulled like LR Broly. I did eventually, and so I never used this guy, but you may consider him if you don't have any kind of AoE unit in your account. This physical full power Frieza is also really good. It just, I almost put him as number 5, but like this Beerus is, I think, is more relevant now just because of the siblings bond category. But this physical full power Frieza I use all the time for like if I'm running like an extreme Fizz stage, especially on the battlefield. He tends to be my sub leader just because after his EZA he gets a generic good leader skill. These two units I put, much lower, and then that's why the kid Gohan made it onto the list. So that's my top 5 picks of the God Dragon Stone or Red Dragon Stone, however you want to call it. Hopefully gave you a little bit of insight on which units that you would consider picking. Again, like overall, my top pick would be this Gogeta just because he's just really good, and and he always has the type advantage when you attack, and he tanks very well. Just phenomenal unit. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.